News, Talk, and Entertainment Radio. 610 WIOD.
By the time I get through the next couple of minutes, she is going to have to pick every scab off that putrid, pus-filled body of hers, all right?
Nobody rips you better.
So I'm going crazy on this, yes, because this has got to stop. You make me sick, Pat, you bitch! God! How is it possible to be so stupid, Pat?
Nobody rips you an ass as good as Neil.
You idiot, you asshole, you.
Baby, he's the best.
Well, sing this, you fat slob. I'm going to take this cord and I'm going to shove it right up his ass, okay? And I'm going to shove this thing so far up his butt that he's going to be singing a different tune when I get through with him. Don't we have a longer cord than this piece of crap? Look at this. Look how short this damn thing is. We got 100 assholes running around this building. They can find another one besides him, although maybe not that big. Go get it out of there. Go pull a cord somewhere. Go do something. Pull what? In your case, a good question, okay? God.
Nobody rips you better.
Don't start looking once again, as always, to blame fat old Neil for whatever you're upset about. You disgusting, nauseating old slobs.
Nobody rips you an ass as good as Neil.
Old, crabby old bitches.
Neil, if you don't repent, you're going to split hell wide open.
Yeah, I'm going to split it wide open. You know, I'm going to split wide open your skull with a mallet, you stupid old bitch. Ah! There we go. Now we're cooking. What did I just get through talking about? It was old bags. We don't want you, lady, okay? Go get some knitting out. Go find some crossword puzzles to do. Go get something. Okay, thanks, Anna Maria. There she is. A little long. Guitar Man is here. Boca Bryan. Guitar Man's actually got his guitar. Just keep eating first, though, for a second or two. Who is this? This couldn't be Gregory Benjamin Budell, could it?
Hi, this is Asshole when I listen to Sonny Fox so I can hear the word Neil Rogers once in a while.
Oh, all right. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing great.
Well, now, what's up? Now, here's the guy who can straighten out all these stories if he's permitted to speak. What's the deal?
Gary's coming to our station.
Gary? Gary Goose?
Gary, yes.
Yeah.
And that's the prevailing rumor, and...
That's the prevailing rumor?
I met him, by the way. I was one of the MCs for the Panthers preseason banquet in Boca.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he is a nice guy, Rimmer, and he said to me, you know, that Budell, he's the biggest asshole I ever met. No, he didn't say that. He said next to Denise Potvin, he's the biggest asshole. So you're going to OVV?
Well, it's now WCLB.
Well, whatever it is, makes no difference. Those nose pickers, they don't know from call letters.
For the meantime, I'm going to be the prime time of Fairbanks Communications. I'm going to do JNO and the country station. And I'm going to work with Gary.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be on JNO in the morning and the country station midday.
So Boy Gary's not doing a show?
Yes, he is. He will be working the morning show.
You just got through saying you're doing a morning show on JNO. Are you being like a little bit evasive here?
No.
You're doing a morning show with Boy Gary?
For a while.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be doing some other stuff. He's going to become the co-host.
The co-host with whom?
Jim Edwards. Is Skyler still there?
Yeah, why don't you just take Jim Edwards out and shoot him?
There you go. Yeah, Skyler said he's got a present for Jim Edwards. Yeah. So this sounds very bizarre, but of course...
Listen how Greg's arguing now.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my first anniversary with JNO today, and March 1st is 17 years since my first show in South Florida.
Yeah. Well, guess what, Greg? I don't want to sound insensitive, but nobody cares. You didn't get no call from Larry King, Greg.
No, I didn't.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
What do you make of that?
It's shocking.
For the first time in 20 years, I will confess I'm totally speechless. I don't know whether to scream or eat Chiquita Banana. I don't know what to say.
I thought it was a fake. I really did.
I thought it was going to be Phil doing Larry King's voice, you know? And it was there's no fooling with Larry King. I mean, you hear that voice, there is no question about it. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt in my mind.
Yeah. And, of course, who else would be pompous enough to be calling from a plane on the way to L.A.?
So what should I expect from Gary Bruce?
major asshole. No, not the worst.
Yeah,
Close to the worst.
You gotta understand.
If you want the worst, we'll introduce you to Steve Nickel, okay?
Hey, listen, I've already worked.
We'll introduce you to Steve Nickel if we can get him off the floor long enough to stand up. There you go. Let's have a drink. You know something? He's locked inside his office right now, celebrating my 20th anniversary by himself. He's having a little Henry Barrow party.
You gotta understand. I've already worked for David Ross and Steve Kane. Can anybody be worse than that?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
How'd you like all the nice things Steve-O said about me in a paper the other day? How'd you like that? Except for a couple of minor character flaws. I'm sorry I can't be perfect like you are, Steve, but I'm working on it, okay? I'm working to correct those minor flaws.
Well, listen, I got one request today.
Yeah?
Would you play that little piece of him going with that where he's stammering away? Because I love that.
Just tell me.
You don't mean Mr. Ego, do you?
Yeah.
See, isn't it interesting? Ranieri called in and Henry and the whole gang from Waxy. How come we haven't had a call from anybody over? Oh, that's because it's probably Paxson. Because I know that Steve would be just dying to call in over here.
Just tell me what your problem is.
Hey, listen, even Norman became a Christian for him.
Now, is Noodles... Yeah, right, sure. Is Noodles going to be on his show with you, too, or is...
No, this is just a thing.
It sounds like Kane.
Hey,
it sounds evasive to me is what it is.
Me? Evasive?
Yeah. And when you say, what should you expect from Boy Gary, does that mean you really haven't had the opportunity? Is he there yet?
No. As a matter of fact, I heard a story that one reason that it was taking him a while to get down was that there were no hotel rooms available in town to put him up in.
Yeah.
And that was delaying.
Or maybe there were none that would accept him, which sounds more likely to me. Well, I don't want you to go away. Will you hang on for a minute?
Yes.
Because I want you to speak. Your old friend has gone to take a leak or something even more serious. But I definitely want you to speak to you-know-who.
And who would that be?
Does that explain it to you? Hang on a second. Don't go away.
All right.
Please. Okay, where is he? Is he he's taking a something? Okay, probably a big one. Okay, let's, Mark Jacobson. Here's another superstar.
How you doing there, Neil?
Great. Boy, that new spot you guys got, that one really blows, Mark.
Well, thank you very much.
Although I do like it at the end where you got that thing screwed in through Don Cox's body. That's kind of good.
That is kind of good. I thought you'd like to be part of that commercial.
It's a good thing you lost some of the weight. You'd never gotten it all the way through them.
You're right about that. Hey, let me tell you something. Your mother was probably wrong. You do have a career in this radio stuff, you know?
Yeah, she's full of it, you know?
She was
She's just
dead
a
wrong.
professional kvetch, and she ought to enjoy that car I bought her at Kendall Toyota, too, by the way.
That's right. And, I understand she is enjoying it, right?
She loves it.
Yeah.
She's got like one of those little old Yenta bows on the antenna, too, so look out. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
This is quite a career you got going here. I mean, I'm listening to this on the radio, on the telephone, waiting to get on.
Waiting to be mentioned.
I'm going to tell you something. It's pretty exciting stuff. What's this pus on the girl? I don't even really know what was going on because it caught me in the middle. But it did catch my interest, Neil.
The pus on the girl?
I don't know. Give you something about the pus on the girl. I don't know, Pat or something.
I don't think it was pus. It may have been similar, but I don't think it was pus.
Well, whether you like it or not, Neil, I'm going to call you every 20 years, and I'm just going to hound you to death.
Outstanding.
And,
you see who's in the other room? I'm sorry. Do you see who's in the other room? Do you see that? You're speechless. I understand.
Yeah.
I have somebody else who'd like to say hello to you.
Okay.
He's a very good friend of yours, and he's the former Fat Don Cox. He's now Thin Donnie.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm going to put him on the phone.
Tell him he better quit taking those pills, because every time he stands up, they keep falling out.
Again, my best. And we are looking forward to having you on Miami tonight, because every time we have you, everybody goes crazy.
That's why I'm screening my calls now.
By the way, thank you for the help, and thanks for making us number one here, and I'm glad you're number one.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, here's Don.
Okay.
Hold on.
Here's number one half.
Anybody that can put up with 20 years in this town on the radio.
Yeah, it's got to be
some kind of trophy.
It's got to either be brilliant or very stupid, one or the other.
Well, we've both been called both.
Yeah, you've been called a few things, Cox.
Yeah, well, most of them were true.
Yeah, exactly. Most of which I can't say on the air.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Cox.
The caustic tongue.
Cox, how you doing?
Who's that?
It's the Bird.
Oh, hey, Bird.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. So he drug you out for the 20 years, too, huh?
Yeah, we drugged him.
Yeah, well, I knew Bird.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that to you, should I, Don? That was bad. It was just a bad play on words. We drugged him. That was bad. I'm just kidding, Don.
Yeah.
I knew he couldn't resist the opportunity to be back on the radio with you at any moment.
I don't think he's leaving. I think he's going to stick around for next week.
Don't say that. You're going to get people riled up in this building. Now, be careful.
He brought a sign that says, we'll cackle for food.
Well, he's done that before.
Yeah, he has. Very successfully, too.
Neil, seriously, happy 20th.
Thanks, Don.
You deserve all the adulation.
Okay.
All right,
And
see ya.
don't stand up too fast on that diet.
I won't.
Okay.
You don't have any of those cock suckers laying around there, do you?
We have an
Don?
open line at Dave. So here he is. I'm back with Budell now.
Oh, hi, Greg.
Hi.
Try to control yourself just a little bit.
Who is this, Glenn?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh.
It just felt like a prick.
Hey, shall we share some Irene Richards memories?
She's in the building, Greg.
No.
As we speak, Neil is speechless.
I gotta go now.
Yeah, that's why Glenn was downstairs. It had that effect on all of us.
It really is Irene Richards.
Oh, my God.
What a day.
Incredible.
And then I heard a rumor that you're going to do country, Greg.
That's correct.
Man, is this a day or what?
It really is. Well, thanks for hanging on for that great conversation with the bird.
Was it compelling and scintillating?
Hopefully your material in the morning will be a lot better than that.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Greg. See ya.
Bye.
I appreciate that. There's all this party going on out in the hall.
Is there? Yeah, Woody looks like he had a head start on it, too. Nice outfit there, Woody. Yep. So anyway, it's 19 till noon at WIOD. If I should talk about Kendall Toyota very briefly because Mark Jacobson just did a spot anyway, right? They got one price selling.
I see.
Yeah, no dickering.
Interesting choice of words.
No haggling like Monty Python. You just go in there, the price is marked right on the windshield. What you see is what you get. Tercels as low as $89.95. Corollas from $10,995. Camrys as low as $13,995. Pickups from just $99.95. The lowest prices anywhere, and they're marked right there clearly for you in big, gigantic numbers in Inglés for you to see and drive out there with a happy smile on your puss. So instead of putting up with cranky salespeople and a bunch of songs and dances, head for Kendall Toyota on US 1 just south of Dayland, and be sure and tell Mark Jacobson, boy, that new infomercial really blows.
610 WIOD News is watching South Florida. We're watching the White House and Congress. We're poised for what happens next. The best news, talk, and entertainment radio. 610 WIOD.
Boy, he sure hasn't lost it, has he? You ought to see the squeeze he just put on Irene here. Man, oh man.
Come on.
It's a miracle you can still breathe. Take some oxygen, some helium from one of those balloons before you pass out.
Knock it off.
Boy, did you put the squeeze on her, huh? Even Larry King never put the squeeze on anybody like that. So Woody Graber is here. What do you got for me, Woody? Hopefully something really good.
Oh, really, really good, really good.
Yeah.
If I might take some time. On behalf of my client, Martin Air Holland, the other Dutch airline that flies 7 days a week out of Miami International Airport, direct to Amsterdam, we'd like to congratulate you on your 20th anniversary in the South Florida radio market. You've consistently provided your listeners with a quality format that is reflected in your longevity and popularity. In honor of this accomplishment and in gratitude for all you have done over the years to encourage tourism to Amsterdam and Holland, Martin Air is proud to present you with...
Encourage tourism where?
To Amsterdam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Martin Air,
come on, Woody, keep reading.
Martin Air Holland is proud to present you with 2 star-class tickets round trip to Amsterdam to be used at your agreed-upon date. And additionally, while you are in Holland, we'd be pleased to introduce you to Dutch radio. We are sure they have never heard anything like you before, or probably ever will again.
When do I start?
Whenever you can sign the contract.
Because they actually speak at English up there.
Yes, they do.
You'd fit right in.
Thank you, Woody. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful thing.
Don't you
I'm
think
very happy to do that.
Don't you think you'd fit right in?
I would fit right in, yeah.
Be real happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds
CD
good.
and Weedy, that would be great. Now, who we got on there now?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. Now, you're going to be impressed by this.
Oh, boy.
Hello.
Hey there, how are you?
Great, Gary.
And happy 20th to you.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that you still have some of those old suits for me because I knew that's how we worked well together.
Exactly.
Well,
I always dressed for success.
you did.
Yeah.
Listen, and I have a lot of those successful dresses still in my closet.
Yeah, well, bring them out. Bring them out. You look dashing in them. Don't you know who this is?
I can't place the voice.
Gary?
Oh, you can't place. Who's that? The Bird?
The Bird.
Hey, listen, Bird.
From
I helped make
INZ.
your entire career.
You did. It's
Don't you remember
Gary
on
Lawrence?
Zeta we used to report when he used to drive in late in the morning
Of
right there in the
course.
window?
Gary, it's been
Which
so
is just
long.
before he got blown out.
I haven't heard your voice in so long. I couldn't place it.
Well, that's quite all right. I'm sort of happy about that. Not really, Bird. Listen, you guys seem like
Gary.
a very good time.
You take a shot at me.
Well, listen, look at all the shots, like Neil said, you guys took at me for all those years.
Oh, it was all in fun.
Absolutely right. So, Neil is 20
Wasn't
years.
it?
Yeah.
And I want to know.
think.
Go ahead.
Of course, the
I
passage
like
of
to hear
time.
all of my ex-employees, everybody we used to work with together keeps calling you up. Are they all working now?
Good question.
What was that? All his ex-employees?
Well, I heard Cox, I heard Udell.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They were all under your thumb. Now, listen, I want to congratulate you on a great job your traffic people are doing.
Well, I'm glad.
on all the other stations that have a brain. Huh?
I'm in a plane like now, like Larry.
Yeah.
So I'm flying over. You know, I want to make sure that you got all the traffic.
Well, our traffic guy's not in a plane. He's in a broom closet.
All right.
And he's taking diction lessons as we speak.
I know that.
Or something to do with Dick.
So to speak.
Right.
All right. So
Thanks,
you guys
Gary.
have
It's
fun.
great hearing from you. And, of course,
it's a pleasure talking to you, and you have another good 20 years.
and you owe us points for making your traffic look so good now.
Thanks a lot.
See you, Gary.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See,
right.
he has the Skywatch Metro, whatever that traffic thing was we had, and we just blew it off and put these people, these bozos on. Now, Maribel's not a bozo. She just can't speak any Inglés. But the other guy's a real bozo.
I am impressed at that call. That was very impressive.
Which one? Gary Lawrence?
Yeah.
Larry King?
Oh, well,
How about Greg
call.
Udell? Were you impressed by that call?
Man.
Randy. Now, Irene is making gagging. She's got her finger down her throat to her asparagus.
It's like an albatross that I could never...
He's like an albatross around your neck. That's what
They hate
Stanley
each
Dancer
other.
used to say.
Yeah.
Again and again and
Yeah. It is true. Greg is like a bad penny. He just, when you think he's gone forever, he just keeps showing up again.
Yeah,
There's just
that's
something
true.
about it. When you think you
True.
finally have ridded your... Don't take it personal, Greg, unless you want to. I think he is over that phase, though, that bit about do they like me, do they hate me? I was on a golf course this morning, and there were 17 guys all playing, and I kept wondering, do they hate me? I think he's over that now.
Are you sure?
No. And just wait till boy Gary gets in over there. Oh, you talk about paranoia running deep.
Oh, man.
Heavy duty.
Man.
Wait till boy Gary comes up to you, Greg, and says, by the way, don't worry about that picture you were going to take for the yearbook here, the scrapbook, because you won't be here anyway by the time it comes out. Don't worry about any publicity shots because you don't need anybody because you won't be on here. That kind of stuff, to build your confidence. Just ask Randy about that, the goddess. She'll tell you. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it's 11 till noon at WIOD for the best and biggest selection of mattresses in Florida. There's one phone number you need. It's 1-800-MATTRESS. If you're tired of bouncing around doing whatever it is on that bumpy, lumpy mattress you got, just pick up the phone and call 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S. It stands for savings. And you really save like big time. 60% below department store prices because you're buying warehouse direct. And they got all the top names. They got Serta Perfect Sleeper. They got Sealy Posturepedic, Simmons Beauty Rest. They got Dial-A-Pedic by Spring Air. And they also got a great selection of adjustable beds, too. So if you want to put your head down and to do whatever you're doing in peace and comfort, then pick up the phone and dial 1-800-MATTRESS. And don't forget, not only do you get same-day delivery, your new mattress is backed by a 30-day comfort exchange policy. If you're not happy, exchange it within the first 30 days. For the best prices, up to 60% below what you pay in those rip-off department stores. For the best selection and same-day delivery, pick up the phone right now. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, MATTRES. Okay, they said Steve couldn't make it because he was busy talking to old people. Which is nothing new for him. But Norm Kent, now where the hell did Norm go? And Craig Worthing is here. Now you do realize, by the way, they should be having a thing. We're giving them slide them a thing over there and a microphone too. You've been on the air in this market longer than I have.
Yeah, but you talk about old people. I'm the one who's labeled with old people, not Steve.
Yeah.
Your ego must have shot up even more after Larry King's call. That was a great call.
You've got some old people. I've seen his numbers, and he may be talking to old people, but a very select group of them. I'll tell you that, small group.
But he said good things about you in the newspaper. He
And
really
I said
did.
good things about him. And
That's
it's
true.
I do respect the fact that he's taken like a non-existent facility there, and he's grinding out a living and doing a lot of trade-outs and got the baseball cards, and he's manipulated Alice.
He's doing great. The rest of us, but he's doing great.
Well, you ought to be on during the daytime, but I don't want to
No,
start.
no, I belong. I like nights.
You
I
belong
really
out
do.
at night with all the... How do you manage with no signal to get bigger numbers than they have during the rest of the day, though, Craig?
Well,
See,
I'm
he's
just
laughing,
lucky.
nervous laugh.
I'm really
It's true.
lucky. No, I really
Yeah, you're
am.
lucky that you got all those very loyal old farts. I mean...
That's all right. I don't mind. Those old farts have kept me in this market for 23 years.
I remember the day, and it was sad, too, because I had left. We worked together for 2 years at KAT, 2 great years. We had a tremendous time. And I left and went to WNWS. And I was listening to you one day when we just started over there on Flagler Street.
Right.
And I'm pulling up in front of the station, and you're going on in the air about old people. What's wrong with talking to old people, for crying out loud? Old people are the cream of the earth, they're the cream of the crop. What's wrong with that? We're all going to get old friends. What's wrong with that? And you were ranting and raving, and you were so upset because evidently somebody on ours, maybe I did it, maybe who knows, about KAT was strictly the Alta Cocker station, and it was nothing but a bunch of old people.
Had to be
And
you.
you were just foaming, and you went on and on and on. It was great. As long as I live, I'll never forget that.
But I had 5 great years at KAT. I really did. And I remember when you first came in.
So you were there... But yeah, you were there after. But how long were you there before I came? In 76?
I got there in the first March of '75, I guess, and I got fired after the new people came in. I lasted a year after the new people came in.
Yeah.
But I remember when you came in, and
Oh, by the way, Norm, you'll have to stay outside. This is for broadcasters only. Carvel, happy 20th. Thank you, Carvel. Thank you profusely. We love Carvel. We love Tom Carvel and all the Jewish owners.
You were making $215, I think, when you first came in, and I was making $400, and I was so proud of that fact. And here you are today. I think you're up there with some of the sports stars in your figures, and I'm still making the same amount of money.
Yeah.
That's why I'm down here to maybe mooch a couple of bucks.
Yeah, but you live frugally, and we got some free food here for you, so what the hell's wrong with that? I'm the one
I'm
that
on a
talks about
diet,
the free
though, so
food.
I have to. You've done well. You look great.
I was thinking the other day about one day you were doing a spot about arching legs. The spot was supposed... You remember that? Do I have a memory or what? The spot was for some geriatric sponsor, and I'm in the studio. Craig is on the air, and he's doing a spot, one of these geriatric things for some quack product for people with aching legs. And he says, friends, if you have arching legs... And at that point, we had a big window with these big drapes, remember, with drapes on it, and I was holding the drapes. I was laughing so hard I had to hold myself up from falling on the floor, and here's this poor man trying to finish the spot on the air, and just as red in the face as you are now. That's how red you were. The tears were rolling down your cheeks. It was great. You know, for $215 a week, it was at least a good time, you know?
Yeah. No, by the way, my daughter's in radio up in Albany, New York, and I was talking with her last night, and both my kids always loved you, but my daughter wanted to send along her congratulations as well to you.
That's great. You got 2 great kids.
I told her just stay off the air, although you proved the opposite.
With what?
Being on the air. I'm one of those people that tell people who want to go into radios, don't be a talent.
I always tell them that.
Do anything but be a talent. But again, there are people like you and the Howard Sterns of the world and the Larry Kings who prove just the opposite.
The Larry Kings.
That was a great call, by the way, though.
What do you make of that? What do you say?
I don't have a bone spot.
Yeah, well, what do you say after hearing that call?
Listen,
I mean, is the guy on acid or and I, you know something? And he will, when he's down here, his ego is big enough. He will come in here.
Oh yes. Well, I only met him once, and it was right here.
I know how to do a talk show.
Yeah.
I used to have a guy.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm interrupting.
Misa horny.
Yeah. Go ahead. Are you done, Larry?
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I used to have a guy named Brother Ted Weitzel. Do you remember him? He was a faith healer.
Sure.
He used to come
Absolutely. Another one of your quack guys. Oh, here. Come on in, JC. Do you remember the movie The Boys in the Band?
Yes.
And they gave Harold his birthday present. Here, JC is my anniversary present. I'm taking him home. He doesn't know it yet. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Does he look like Brad Pitt or what?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you do. But anyway, go ahead.
So his producer called me up and
Stick around during the news, JC.
Said that King wanted him on as a guest and be over here at 11:45. He was at midnight then. And I had my guest over here at 11:45.
Yeah.
And he came out and said he knew nothing about it and didn't want me, and he acted towards me like I was dung under his feet. That was my one meeting with him. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That sounds
it.
like Larry. Yeah.
I think, Larry, that Craig should get an apology for that.
I will not give it to you.
Okay. same old hard ass. But he calls on the phone. Now, are you familiar with the call that Phil Henry did? Phil made Larry look like an even bigger ass bigger than ever he has in his life. Okay, even than naturally, with that phone call with doing Bob Green's voice and crying on the air. This is like 3-4 weeks ago, and Phil's been playing the tape. It's like legendary from coast to coast. And on this tape, Larry says, Neil Rogers is the worst talk show host I ever heard in my life. Okay?
Right.
Very emphatically. And he goes on and on about, in fact, what did I do with that thing? We got it on tape all over the place. Where
anybody could do a Neil Rogers kind of show and say dirty words. That kind of broadcasting has appealed to a certain element that I do not desire to appeal to. What word did you say?
Asshole. So, and now he calls and kisses my ass, which goes to show you that there's not an ass that's been invented that Larry won't tongue.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think that he might not...
What are you laughing about, Norm? I heard the same about you, too, by the way.
Here, Norm, anyway, get over here.
Norm, stop following JC around, will you please? And look at who's here! Oh, my God. Now, you notice the timing of this? Great minds work alike. My 20th anniversary, and the day before, Sonny reopens the market. After all this travail and this trauma that this man has survived, when you leave here, if you want to pick up some great fruit, stop at the Sonny's. The best fruits in town are at Sonny's. So are you officially reopened now, or what?
Officially.
Look at that. The hair is the same. The red complexion is the same.
Haircut now.
Huh?